You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Time now for the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Yeah.
How you doing,
Good
sir?
morning, Dan.
Hey, Jack and Jill went up the hill. Andrew Dice Clay is
Love
a birthday today.
him.
Yeah.
Andrew Dice.
I met somebody who was his ex-wife.
Probably
Really?
met a lot of people
From
who are
around
his
here.
ex-wife.
No, it was somebody from...
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds made up.
No, I remember visiting with her.
I'm
and
just
she's-
going to start saying that to
And she-
people.
Because you
No.
can say anything.
Nobody's
She said, no,
going
I
to...
was-
The thing is, if you say it to John, he just believes it.
So maybe she was pulling my leg, is what you're saying?
I don't know. What's the rest of the story there, John?
I just met her, that's all. There's not really any more of the story.
Well, on the other hand, who runs around going, I was married to Andrew Dice
Right?
Clay?
That is so random.
If you're listening, please call in.
He is 63 today.
Nice. Happy birthday to
Real
you.
name, by the way, Andrew Silverstein. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
I didn't know
You thought
that.
it was really
I didn't
Andrew
think it was
Dice
Dice
Clay?
Clay. No,
I
but I
never,
didn't. I would have never in a million years thought he was a Silverstein.
No, he doesn't seem Irish at
doesn't.
all.
He doesn't seem Irish.
He doesn't. Jerry Lee Lewis is 86 today.
Yeah, he was a great balls of fire guy.
He was something else, man. Rock and roll is rock and roll, and it sure was back then. But most importantly, and on a
Nice
personal note, my son Luke is 31
There
today.
you
Oh, hey,
go.
happy birthday, Luke.
Oh, and happy
Fantastic.
birthday, Luke.
Hey, you get to really say, Luke, I am your father.
I'm one of the only people on the planet that
Yeah.
can get away with it. And that is the one. I love the name Luke, always have. And it's, of course, biblical in nature, and it fits him very well. But in short order, growing up, he'd get really frustrated with other kids saying that to him. He
Yeah.
was not happy
bet.
about that whole deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that bunch of hacks.
He'll be okay. I was insured for psychiatric care, so it's all good. It was 1916, this very day. It became official. American oil tycoon John D. Rockefeller becomes the world's first billionaire.
Oh,
Wow.
Got that going for him. In 1966, the Chevy Camaro is introduced.
Oh, I remember those.
Originally called, and how I was not aware of this, I don't know, because I'm kind of a car guy, but it was originally called the Panther.
Oh, I
Really?
didn't know that either.
Yep.
Why did they change it to Camaro? Because
That's a great question.
Doesn't that sound awesome, though?
Yeah, that sounds a lot
I
cooler.
wanna
The
drive a
Chevy
Panther.
Panther.
Camaro's kind of cool. I mean,
Yeah.
if you like him, I'm a Mustang guy.
Oh,
so,
that's right.
It's 1984. Let's Go Crazy. Prince and the Revolution. #1 song in the country.
Love that song.
Good tune.
That one's a great one.
Where were you the first time you heard it? Do you remember? Because
have no
do.
idea.
I actually do. I was sitting in a little, really awful radio station, basically in a cornfield in Waterloo, Iowa.
Okay.
And it was back when record companies sent you actual records, albums, and 45s.
Sure.
And I'm a Minneapolis kid, #1, and I had seen Prince and the Revolution before they were a big deal. 'Cause,
Right.
locally they were pretty popular. And here came the Purple Rain album. Mm-hmm. Brand new copy, and I cracked it open, and I put it on a turntable and dropped the needle, and there I was, and I went, ooh, I have a feeling this will probably be a marginal hit.
Yeah. Got a feeling people might like this one.
This album isn't bad. Perhaps we'll play some of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go.
I remember where I was the first time I heard it. I was listening to that song.
Wow.
Saying,
Jeez.
With Andrew Dice Clay's ex-wife.
I probably was.
Tie it all together there, John.
Boom.
I'm totally going to start
I know,
telling
and
people.
and again, hey, Luke, thanks for being my kid. Happy birthday, buddy. Let's forge ahead here.
All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
If you take Viagra or Cialis, call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Call 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. Again, that's 800-214-7977.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on them critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
And a snappy salute out of the old well-starched brim, the old Ranger cap to you two little love puppies. You, Pat, how you doing? Heidi!
Ranger Dan.
I tell you what, on a scale of 1 to 10, you're a solid 9. And I'm the one you need. Oh, you the little math here this morning. Gotta get the brains rolling. Yeah, you keep sucking up there, Patrick. This is big news, as all the papers. In fact, it made national news, and I tell you what, it's quite a thing for the great state of South Dakota, and it was a heck of a lot of fun this year, too. This year's Custer State Park Buffalo Roundup happened over the weekend. Another rousing success. Approximately 1,300 buffalo got, well, totally rounded up.
Wow.
Cool.
That's why they call it a roundup.
That's successful.
Round them up. In fact, our governor, my boss, Kristi Noem, was there to help out. Whoa, which reminds me, that restraining order expires the end of October. So there's a win for old yours truly. Nice. Oh, hot diggity duck. Lock the door and slap my grandma. Woo! Thing is, this roundup is pretty dangerous. These critters are big. They're faster than you'd suspect, and they can get real ornery just quick as the dickens. Also happens that this time of year, well, the female's been coming into a season for a couple months now. What that means is the month of September is go time, show time, the old mating season, as we call it in nature. That makes the male buffalo especially ornery and blustery. Now, the males usually live in smaller groups of other males. These are called bachelor herds. They do this primarily so they can leave the seat up and watch the game in peace.
I see what you
this time of year, the males, in their quest to attract the ladies and then keep the ladies to themselves, will bellow and charge and headbutt each other. Now, when those mating rituals are complete, the males will return to their bachelor ways, telling the females that they'll give them a call. Even though they have no intention of doing so.
Of course.
These same behaviors can be observed most Saturday nights right here in Sioux Falls at Wiley's Tavern and the 18th Amendment. Well, that's all the time we have today, little Radio Rangers. I hope you learned something. I know I sure did. Till next time, this is Ranger Dan. Say it with me. Yes, sir!
Nobody wants to buy car insurance. It's not a fun thing to think about, but it's something you need if you want to drive your car. So even if you don't want to buy insurance, you probably have to get it from someone. So why not buy it from InsuranceChicken.com? Okay, I'll admit, our website name is dumb. InsuranceChicken.com. Yeah, our marketing department is not that great. But our selection of insurance options is amazing. See if we can save you money each month on our dumb website, InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com. Time now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris, brought to you by Lukewarm Tap Water.
Tap water.
And you can't do this without water. Hey, it's National Coffee Day. National Coffee Day. When did I start drinking coffee? I've been a coffee freak ever since I can remember.
Me too. Little kid.
Like this stuff.
I always liked the smell of it when I was a little kid. Then I tried it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty delicious.
Well, we're supposed to be celebrating today, and it's like an official holiday. Who knew? Some various, coffee vendors around the city are doing some special things today, should you care. I miss Dunkin' Donuts. Now, we keep hearing we're going to get
John
one back
misses
here.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Because years ago, there was a Dunkin' Donuts on Minnesota Avenue. When I first moved to this town, I used to go there all the time because I was a big fan, growing up in the
Let's
Twin
make
Cities
that happen.
Well, like I say, there's supposed to be one coming, but I haven't seen it yet. Caribou Coffee in town right now, today. Buy any large beverage. Get 50% off any bag or prepackaged beans to take home.
Okay.
So you can get your own grind going there. Scooters, Celebration National Coffee Day. Participating Scooters coffee locations will help celebrate by offering a free cup of brewed coffee to guests in-store or drive-through.
During limited times only? Or
I don't have any time frames on it, so take your best shot on this. Coffea, recently named the best coffee in the state.
Oh, nice.
I didn't really find anything on their social media or anything else.
Maybe they don't know it's coffee day.
Maybe they don't. Who knows? I don't know.
We should call and let them know.
So I don't know if Hallmark's got a card for this or what.
If Hallmark has a card.
But here's the big deal. The Sioux Falls Convention Center.
Oh, yeah.
Strangely enough, certainly not a coffee house, but powers behind the convention center. They want to celebrate National Coffee Day from until 9 o'clock this morning.
Going on now.
You can drive through the main entrance parking lot, and their entire sales team is going to be out there handing out free cups of coffee.
Here's what I would
Until
do.
9 this morning. So.
I would drink that cup and make a loop around the block and then pull right back in.
Oh, you'll have to switch out your license plates and put on a mustache.
Yeah. Just put a mustache on the front of your vehicle. They'll never know.
And special things going on at Panera today, the Pilot Flying J, and also Barnes and Noble. So happy National Coffee Day.
And if we missed you, you should make sure you go on our Facebook page, and I've got a coffee day post. Just let us know. Say, hey, we got coffee too. And ours is also free. I would offer free coffee here, but I don't know how much we have.
See, and I immediately am trying to monetize this. If you use our page, expect an invoice. But
Dan will come and see you.
What is this, a one-way street? Come on, man.
Exactly.
You know what? I think it's okay to give back once in a while. It's like our SiouxEmpireJobs.com. That's free to use. If you got somebody that's looking for a job, go there. And it's new, so when you get there, it's not huge yet. But
Which
it's
reminds
gonna
me,
be.
if you're looking for a great gig and you're like me, playing in the dirt and whatnot, it's year-round stuff. My buddies Harold and Mary and Steve over at First Rate Excavate.
Nice people.
Great jobs, and I don't think a lot of people know this, but that business is employee-owned.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of chances for advancement.
Nice.
A lot of chances to make a little extra do-re-mi. So
Yeah.
looking for a good gig, First Rate Excavate.
And they treat their people way better than you two treat me, just so you know.
No, I've known these folks in that company for years. They're phenomenal. So
Very, very
there
cool.
you go.
Well, thank you for the update, sir.
My pleasure, John.
Coming up in a moment, we've got a guest joining us on the telephone. We'll be doing that before you know it, right here on the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. The new way is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-659-7805. That's 800-659-7805.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. And our bright spot shines right now on the AlphaCenter in Sioux Falls. I've got Dr. Alan Unruh joining me. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great.
Now, the AlphaCenter had a big event last night, and coming up this weekend, there's another big pro-life event that's happening in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This is a pretty important topic all the time, but maybe even more important right now, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Since you were one of the speakers at the event last night, let's talk about what you spoke about.
Without Almighty God, America would have never become a country, and there would be no American way of life. I mean, our forefathers fled Europe for their religious faith. They were imprisoned, tortured, maybe some of them burned alive. They fled here because the right to worship God without persecution was the only place to go. Basically, the foundation of our whole culture is based on a Judeo-Christian ethic. And for 200 years, they learned that in all the public schools, and it was part of our churches with fiery sermons. The sinful nature of man basically allowed for abortion to become legalized as federal judges or the Supreme Court ruled that we'll make our laws based not on a fixed moral code, but on where the culture was going. Over 60 million abortions have occurred since that time. Almost 20% of our whole country has been aborted. And now it's gotten to the point where there's nothing wrong with aborting all the way to the moment of delivery and even after. It's reprehensible. We're becoming desensitized to the reprehensible. And the battle lines are drawn where this issue comes to the forefront.
So let's talk about the AlphaCenter. That is based here in Sioux Falls. How long has that been here?
We started 36 years ago. Going to be one of the largest in the country.
So let's talk about what a difference the AlphaCenter has made.
Well, AlphaCenter basically is a pregnancy care center. We seek all of our services are free, but we have an earn while you learn program. Every client that comes there is in a crisis pregnancy. We meet them. We have what they call a LOVE acronym. We love everybody and don't judge them based on on their past or for any type of discrimination whatsoever. We love them, and then we give them a positive option to abortion and the opportunities that life has to offer. We tell them they can with faith, they can have a victorious life. And then we have an Earn While You Learn program. Our entire program supports them. We give free ultrasound. All of our services are free. We give them parenting classes. We give them life skill classes, financial planning. They can earn baby clothes. They can earn diapers. They can earn strollers. We basically love them and support them any way possible that we can throughout their program. And because a lot of them don't have any moral support, they're in a crisis situation. Nobody should make a life and death decision based on ignorance, fear, panic, or coercion. And a high percentage of abortions are coerced. And nobody should terminate the life of an unborn child when they're coerced to do that, because they have lifetime consequences on the woman and the family in so many different ways. So we're there as a positive part of their life to change their life in a new direction. Our goal is to help them become self-reliant and self-sufficient. If they go to church, they get double points for more things. We're going to develop character and responsibility. Those are the two most important things. So it's changing confusion into a message of hope, and saving lives and changing lives is basically the essence of our ministry.
How can people find the Alpha Center online?
Well, they can go to alphacenter.org, and we have a 24-hour hotline, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. A lot of people call that hotline, and they make an appointment to come in, 335-3643. And so Alpha Center has kept expanding their ministry. We feed 5,000 to 6,000 clients a year, nice. One of the largest in the country. And so now we realize that abortion is a symptom of a much deeper problem. So we've started a program called Virtue. Everything that goes on in a pregnancy care center, we've fine-tuned training programs that are interactive. And we've developed training for all the pregnancy care centers in the world. People can subscribe to that service, train all of their staff. It takes a lot of stress off the head of every pregnancy care center. We basically teach them how to expand their services and improve their service to every client that comes in. We don't judge anybody. They make a decision. And if they've got problems afterwards, counsel them, we care for them, do everything we can to help them emotionally, physically, and spiritually through whatever crisis they're going through. We're there for the long haul for every person that calls in and comes into our center. We have a medical director that's there. It's a couple of medical directors. And we also have an abortion reversal service, because today some people take an abortion pill to abort their baby, and they have 72 hours to change their mind. And if they do, or they're being coerced, they can call a national hotline on that and refer to Alpha Center, and we have doctors who help them through that process to reverse that abortion before that hormone takes hold to abort the baby. And so we do everything we can. We do everything to preserve life.
Well, Dr. Unruh, thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much.
Again, Dr. Alan Unruh, and he is with the Alpha Center. I'm going to throw a link to all of their information on our Facebook page, facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
If you take Viagra or Cialis, call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Call 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. Again, that's 800-214-7977.
And it's time right now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
The celebrities are fabulous. And they'll prove it to you when you least expect it. Every time you turn around, they're in your face going, look at me, look at me, look at me. Gwyneth Paltrow, who's completely insane.
Yep.
Just turned 48.
Okay.
And how would a 48-year-old, lovely, successful woman celebrate the day?
Maybe light some candles, eat a tuna sandwich.
Light some candles. That'd be awesome. Candle, by the way, available for $75. If you're wondering how we did open the portals of hell for 2020, it was Gwyneth's candle.
Yeah, I think so, probably.
She posted nudie photos of herself.
Oh, that's super.
What is her problem?
And Well, it gets
Somebody
better.
should help her find some sort of counseling.
Because one of her kids and one of her buddies was like in the area while it was going on. So
That's
she
super.
posed in her birthday suit, and part of it was to promote her company, which is called Goop, of course. And apparently they have like a new body wax or oil or something out, and she said she wouldn't look this amazing without that particular Goop product and that buff. A number of celebrities weighed in going, "Oh, you go, girl."
Hey, can we do...
Wait, I'm not making this up because they say stuff like that.
Let's do
again, successful, wonderful American icons. You go, girl. Oh, no, you didn't.
Where'd she do this? On Instagram or on Facebook, or where'd she do it?
Yeah, it's all over the place. It's right here on my laptop, John. I am looking at Gwyneth naked even as we speak.
I'm going to post some nude photos
now
on Instagram.
I have to go to convention again, or confession. What's the difference? But yeah, she's right there. But here's the thing. There's a 16-year-old kid here. Some friends of theirs, another kid was visiting. He's going, my mom's got a birthday coming pretty soon. I hope she doesn't take any hints from what's going on here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Could you imagine?
And her daughter goes, Mom, what are you doing? And it's all right here. You can hear the recording. And Gwyneth just laughs. She's outside posing naked.
Whatever.
I'm not judging.
Who's going to join me for this photo shoot?
Oh, that's a hard no from me.
For what? John, dear
Nude
Lord.
photos. I'm doing them today. Let's do it.
No, if you just, you know what? If you're just wearing Crocs, I'd be down with that.
I'm going to wear, since it's coffee day, I'll have a strategically placed cup of coffee.
I think, nudity is great, depending on where you're working it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, indoors at your own house.
In private. That's the reason they call them privates. It's
in the shower, and then immediately put something on as soon as you're done.
Yeah, I was a gym rat for years, but even in the locker room, which is all male, which is in the shower room, I still normally had a towel going on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's super awkward.
Now, when you were there, were there some people that just like to wander around naked? Because, when I would go to gyms, that's
the YMCA was notorious for that because it was
usually old men.
Older. Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
Yeah.
They just don't care anymore.
It's just the gym that I went to, but I was like, I was sitting there putting my shoes on. This old man came and he's talking to me, and he's got all this stuff. I'm like, where's your towel or your decency or something? I'm talking to him, and this is like right in my face. I'm like, okay, I
got a lot more comfortable with
like
that
this
generation, or which would have been my father's generation, because of the war, military, and everything else, and then being naked around other guys. It was like no big deal.
It was no big deal.
Like, one of the funniest lines I ever heard, my good buddy Doug Digger Thompson years ago. We were talking about the YMCA. I was in a racquetball tournament down there one day. And he said the locker room, the guy's locker room. I said, "Yeah, they're pretty casual." But he goes, "Yeah, it's like an anteater convention." It was just brilliant because that's what it was.
And with that,
well, we've kind of gone off the rails. Anyway, happy birthday, Gwyneth.
Well, we took way too long to talk about it. Now I'm not doing the nude photos. So yes, your loss. Nobody cares. I'm sure that nobody would want to see that anyway. Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
My pleasure.
It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Jobs.
If you have a credit card, our friends at BetterCreditCards.com would like to make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and then see what you get for points and perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money by getting a better credit card. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can check it out too at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com. Here's your Market Beat Minute for Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. A rebound in equities gained momentum on Monday, with a 1.65% increase for the S&P 500. Despite the gains, however, the index is on track to close out the month with losses. But that's not what the market is focusing on. The third quarter earnings cycle is getting underway, and the first signs are good. This week's earnings calendar is a little light, but includes some key names in the consumer staples sector. Adding to the market's bullish attitude is news that negotiations on Capitol Hill are working hard to pass another stimulus bill. Based on the byplay, the Democrats are still asking for too much, but it looks like Republicans and Democrats are getting closer to an agreement. Another round of stimulus is likely to include another round of direct payments. Payments that help spur what we now know to be a vigorous economic rebound. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at MarketBeatMinute.com.